what happened to Alexis Sharkey. The 26-year-old was popular on social media, mentoring her thousands of followers about beauty and wellness.
Influencers' jobs are to make their lives very public and post daily to their followers. As a result, it can be very concerning when all of a sudden they stop posting and disappear without a trace. From a TikTok influencer that went missing after performing a show for her fans, to another influencer that went missing after exploring a dangerous cave. Let's talk about these stories and more only in today's video. Top 10 influencers who disappeared without a trace. Starting off this countdown, we have Pratima Mandal. TikTok influencer Pratima disappeared after performing a show in Delhi on January 2nd in 2020. That was also the last day she spoke to her husband. After that, her phone was switched off and never turned back on. Her husband alerted the authorities after she hadn't returned from Delhi. Apparently on January 15th, she had another show, but in a different location. Of course, she didn't show up to the show. Now that's all the information we know. Pratima is still missing and we don't know what happened to her after her show on January 2nd. It's also hard to come up with theories as to what may have happened to her because there's hardly any information about her case online. In our 9th spot, we have Lisa Nova. And guys, here's just your little friendly reminder to hit that thumbs up button because it really helps us out. Lisa Nova, or Lisa Donovan, created her YouTube channel back in 2006 and used it as a platform to post her comedy sketches on. Shortly after launching her channel, a casting director from Mad TV saw one of her videos and asked her to audition for the show. In 2007, she made her appearance on a sketch in the show. In 2011, she just stopped making YouTube videos. She hasn't been heard from since. Besides her random cameo in the 2015 movie The Wedding Ringer, seems like she's just moved on from her YouTube sketch comedy days. In our 8th spot, we have Kasper Przybylski, and I'm so sorry, I know I pronounced his name wrong. So he was a 22-year-old Belgian YouTuber, but on October 23rd, 2020, he disappeared without a trace. On the day, he left his parents' home around 4. That was the last time he was ever seen. He went missing for a week. Police had no leads and no one knew where he was. Sadly, a fisherman was out fishing in a canal one morning when he saw a body in the water. It was later found to be Kasper's. There was no indication of foul play, so they believe he jumped into the river and took his own life. Sadly, that's all the information we know on this case. Coming in at number 7, we have Asenna O'Neal. Asenna O'Neal was an Instagram influencer before people even knew what that was. She grew up on Instagram. She joined the platform when she was only 14, and by 19 she was getting paid for her posts, and being an influencer was her full-time job. But in 2015, she left all of her social media accounts behind. On YouTube, there is now only 3 videos up. The last one is titled Why I Really Am Quitting. Now, people originally thought that her online disappearance was just a publicity stunt and that she would be back in a couple of weeks. But no, she abandoned it for good. She disappeared completely off of social media. In our 6th spot, we have Kenny Veach. Kenny Veach was a pretty famous YouTuber back in the day, and he was a pretty big urban explorer influencer. He was known for his YouTube channel, Snakebit McGee.
Well, here I am on my hike up here in the mountains north of Las Vegas.
On November 10th, 2014, Kenny disappeared without a trace. He told his family he was going on a trip to the mountains in Nevada, but he never returned home. Now, here's where it gets strange. 1 month prior to this adventure, Kenny discovered a cave in the Mojave Desert, which he shared on his YouTube channel. In the video, Kenny claims that he found this hidden cave with the opening in the shape of an M. He is known to cave explore, but said that when he entered the cave, it began to vibrate and he got really scared. He claimed that it was one of the strangest things to happen to him, but Kenny was intrigued and wanted to eventually go back and explore the cave. When Kenny did go on his journey back there, that was the last time he was ever seen. Now, since the desert is so big and filled with a number of caves, it was hard to figure out what cave Kenny was referring to. As a result, search parties never located him. The only thing they did find was Kenny's cell phone near a mine shaft about a week later after he disappeared. Nothing else has surfaced, and Kenny's disappearance still remains a huge mystery. We are now at our 5th halfway mark with Hannah Minx. Hannah Minx, or Hannah Wagner, was known for cosplaying as anime characters, and sometimes she would provide her audience with some Japanese lessons. She was doing pretty well for herself and had quite a loyal following. But in 2013, she disappeared without a trace. The last video she uploaded onto her YouTube was a video from San Diego Comic-Con in 2013. Then, that was it. She was gone from all social media platforms. Fans were worried for her. In fact, there was a story going around that she was kidnapped or had passed away. I mean, she left without even saying goodbye. It was just all of a sudden with no warning signs. But apparently she is now actually married with children. So I guess she just got tired of YouTube and moved on. Moving on to number 4, we have Paul Zimmer. Okay, this next case is crazy. So basically, back in the day, there was a famous Musical.ly star known as Paul Zimmer. Over the course of a few years, he got millions of followers on Musical.ly. But in 2018, he got into a pretty big scandal and was accused of scamming his audience and taking their money. As a result, he basically disappeared off of the face of the earth. Then out of nowhere in 2020, he comes back and posts about how he has this lookalike, some actor named Troy Becker. He then tells all his followers he's given over his social media account to Troy because he didn't just want his page to die. Then Paul disappeared without a trace and Troy took his spot. Here's the thing, Paul is Troy. He's just making it seem like Troy is just someone else that looks identical to him. But fans weren't fooled by this. Seems like he created Troy as a way to escape his past, yet still remain in the spotlight. That's just kinda messed up. But Paul is gone forever and now it's all about Troy. In our third spot, we have Marina Joyce. Marina Joyce was a pretty popular beauty blogger from London, but in 2016, fans noticed that she was acting fairly strange in her YouTube videos. In one video titled Date Outfit Ideas, you can see that Marina does not seem like herself and she's acting fairly strange.
Hey guys, so today I'm advertising Style You and I'm advertising their clothes. So this is me just advertising their clothes, and yeah, I love you guys so much. It's the clothing company that I'm advertising.
Many believed that she had been kidnapped. In fact, in one of the videos, fans noticed that there was a gun in the background. In another video, she had bruises all over her arms. And in another one, she whispered, "Help me." Then in 2019, she went missing without a trace. Now, she was only missing for 10 days, but we don't know where Marina went, disappeared to, and why. In our second spot, we have Alexis Sharkey. Last year, 26-year-old Instagram influencer Alexis Sharkey disappeared after spending Thanksgiving with her friends in Houston. The next day, her family was notified that she was missing. No one had heard from her for over 24 hours, and her family and friends were growing concerned. They immediately got police involved, but they were unable to locate Alexis. No one knew where she went. She just disappeared without a trace. That was until a sanitation worker saw something strange at the side of the road. It was Alexis's bare body. That was the last thing anyone wanted. They all prayed to find her alive. After months of waiting, police finally revealed that her cause of death was by strangulation. Sadly, her killer hasn't been caught. And in our number 1 spot, we have Jessica Steen. Jessica Steen was a well-known Instagram model. She shared travel and fashion posts and posted something on Instagram almost every day. So fans were quite worried when all of a sudden the posts stopped. Since January 4th of 2020, there has been no signs of Jessica. She has millions of followers. It's quite strange that she would just abandon her page like that. Now, Jessica did share pictures of her young daughter who suffers from a rare chromosomal abnormality. So fans think her absence might have something to do with her daughter. On her posts, people are commenting saying things like, "It's been a long time since you've been on IG. I hope you and your family are well." They're concerned something bad has happened to her. Alright guys, that's all for today's video. Let's move quickly along to our comment shout out portion. I'll be shouting out comments from the video Top 10 Banned Creepy Places Where People Went Part 4. Call Me Clover commented, "How do you have so much braveness to cover so many scary topics? Love your content, BTW." Honestly, I'm kind of numb to it all. I have seen and read so much scary crap that I'm just like, you know, it's just another day, you know? Chris Mallet commented, "I actually started saying, 'I'll see ya when I see ya' as a form of goodbye now. I need to copyright that, okay? That's my saying, not yours." Just kidding. Cal Kelly commented, LOL, your personality is so good. I actually watched the sponsorship without skipping it. That's good. Okay, well, why don't you go check it out too? Alright guys, that's all the comments I'm showing out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shout out. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10 for more amazing videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and I'll see you when I see ya. Copyright. Oh. Sorry. I know I made the editors yawn. Okay, Hannah Minks or Hannah Wagner. Hannah Minks or Hannah Wagner. Hannah Minks, no.